a couple quick things here I like to do. You all can see this part fits right there. You can see how it's made here on the top. Fits right in. You can see. Well, what I like to do, you never know little variations in things. I take some measurements. So I'll put some tape marks on. Sorry about the shaky cam here. Tape measure out here. And I'll make a mark like right here. You can see a piece of tape with the arrows pointing which way. 12 7/8. So you just hook the tape measure over right there. And you bring it out. And you're at 12 7/8 to the very outside. Straight up. Same way back here. You can point right there to hang the tape measure on that brace. That's 7 1/4. There it is, 7 1/4 right to the edge. So when I cut the old one off, I'll have a reference to go by so I know where the factory part was compared to the new part. And then I'll take a cutoff wheel like this, just a rotary cutoff, and I'll cut through this panel right here. I'll cut it all the way up like this. I'll cut it free like that. I'll cut it down here. And then I'll have the strip of the part that I'm going to replace that's still spot welded underneath the trunk can, and I can split that up with the air hammer. Trim off the excess, just leave that little bit, and it's easy to split up there with the air hammer without damaging a whole lot of stuff. So that's where we stand. Bring it back as we go along here. Alright, I'll bring you back and show you this. Take the rest of that panel out, just the way I talked about. This is what we had. Patch piece put on it sometimes, just something to screen the water out. And you can see where it was rusted. Here's our new panel. See, tore a few holes when I take it out with the air hammer, air chisel, but I don't pay attention. I weld right back through those holes when I put the new one on. We're replacing this outer wheelhouse here too, so that'll be next. So that can let you know how that's going to fit. I measured it off my marks I showed up there. That's all going to work out just fine. So we'll bring you back as we make progress. Alright, now we're working on this outer wheelhouse. I'll show you guys how I do it. You can see where I started to cut. I cut the old one off and I leave the flange welded on. Then I'll go back and I can air chisel that off just like I did on this one back here. Coming up here on this pillar brace that comes down, I'll cut it here. I'll cut right around the edge of it. Right here, and then I'll cut right down this line, all the way down, and remove all this, and all we'll have left is the flange to get that cleaned up. So I'll bring you back as I continue to cut, so you can see right here how we're doing that. Get that out, and you can still see what's left of the flange right here. We'll get that loose from the inner wheelhouse. Alright, bring you back as we make more progress. Alright, we got everything trimmed here. Here's the initial fit. Measurements all come out good. We'll clean all these edges up, get everything so the fit is right where we want it. We'll get everything screwed in place, run some zip screws in them to hold it in place, and then we'll take our quarter panel and we'll get that fitted over top the outside just to make sure that we're good on our fender line and everything. That all comes out good, so there you have it on those parts. Bring it back when we proceed. Alright, back on the Camaro here this morning. The rest of the parts on the floor. Going to go all the way inside the jam on this one because the previous jam was bad. Down on this outer edge. They had hacked it away when they replaced the quarter panel before, so I couldn't put it in where I like to when I do it that way, so we just went all the way inside with this, and it didn't fit very well. It took a lot of massaging to get it in here. That's why I don't like doing them that way. I usually like the jams better, the originals. Sometimes you have in choice. It's all clamped together here. A couple screws up on top. We'll make a mark up here to do our final cut on this. Flange it like we did the other side so it'll drop in. Alignment's good on the tail light panel here. Drop off panel for the trunk is all nice. Worked out real well. I've got some work to do right here. And the tail light panel where they had damaged it before. We'll get that all taken care of. So that's where we're at today. We'll do the final fit on this. Then take it off and mark everything in place. I've got to weld the trunk drop-off panel in place yet, and the outer wheelhouse yet. They're just clamped in place also for the fitment. So that's where we're at. I'll bring you back when I peel this back off and go to weld everything else together.